I wanted to talk a little bit about the good, bad, and the ugly of crypto, right? Because you've got to really understand what the market's doing right now. So one of the things that a lot of you guys know in this particular channel, we've talked about this like over a year at least, right? If not 2 years now. We've been talking about how we have significant resistance levels at specific price points. We've talked about this, right? And $48,000 was one of the resistance level that we have. We're like, okay, we've got to beat the 48 to go there. Now the market went to 47,900 and something. I forgot exactly what number it was, but it did go up to that number yesterday, and then the market crashed for whatever fake news or whatever was going on, right? So, you know, 47,910 actually. So that's where it was. It was about $90 less than where we need to be. Now, it did that, and then it kind of dumped down because of the manipulation, and we're going to get to that as well, right? Because that's part of the ugly, right? So the truth is that, look, the market did exactly what it needs to do, pretty much close enough, and we predicted this particular number years ago, right? I have to say years ago because it's more than 1 year, and it was 47,000. Now if I'm seeing this number, then other people will also see this number. Sorry about the reflection, because the sun's in my eyes, right? So if I'm seeing this specific number a year and a half, 2 years ago, then everybody else is also seeing this, right? You know, nobody's stupid. Anyone who understands the charts, they will see the same number as well. Now, when you see the same number and you want to exit before this dump happens, what do? You don't set it at exactly that price. You set it slightly less than that price. And this is exactly what happened. So the big boys out there, they set it up exactly like $90 less than where we predicted it to be, right? Which is brilliant, Now, that's what I'm seeing. So this is, you know, the bad thing, right? People need to plan for these things. Now, I've planned for it. Other people have planned for it. Hence why the market dumped. It had nothing to do with the news. That's part of the ugly. I'll tell you this right now, right? So that's that. Now, the ugly truth about crypto is any freaking idiot can become an influencer. One way, good or bad, by the way, good or bad, right? We've seen one of the guys of Goldman Sachs. Everyone hates him, right? He's always dissing BTC and talking about gold and whatnot and this and that. Secretly he owns it, but he knows he can have fun, right? And he can dump the market whenever he wants, right? And that's exactly what he's doing. He's dumping the markets whenever he wants with these news and whatever articles that he publishes, right? He's just having fun with it. That's the ugly truth. He's become an influencer. Any idiot could become an influencer. That's what's happened. So not all influencers are good for business. Like, I can give you a few names who are not good for business, right? Like there's a group called Banter Group. They're not really good for business. Every time they mention something or every time they pick on something, it dumps. So are they really good for business? No, they're not, right? You've got, I mean, some people call him Meth Armstrong now. It's Ben Armstrong, but they call him Meth Armstrong. He's not good. You got Gareth Soloway, who's always being bearish about BTC, and many people got wrecked from his signals. Again, he's become an influencer. Why? Because he got taken to some big shows, especially like Banter Show and this and that. Gets to talk any bullshit that he can think of, and he gets away with it. And now all of a sudden, you have, you know, him making predictions, what's going to happen and what he's going to do, and people just follow. He probably never done it, but people follow along. And they get screwed, right? Because he's doing something that is time sensitive, and people get done by this. Now, SEC, everybody hates SEC, right? Anybody in the decentralized world hates SEC, right? It's you know, it shouldn't be unusual for us to like SEC for whatever reason. Yes, most of us, we all want to be like, we're like, okay, we're okay with regulations. We don't have a problem. If platforms have KYC, AML, whatever, we do all of those things, right? But no one really likes SEC because SEC is one of those, like, you know, it's how would I say this? Like, it's like a block in the cog, right? Because it's not really letting the market move. It's not letting the market grow. It's causing problems. So obviously we don't like SEC, right? They've become a bloody influencer now as well, because they can go on Twitter and they can tweet some bullshit, right? And claim that account got hacked or whatever 10 minutes later, which is all good, right? Obviously, everyone's talking about Elon Musk and everybody else coming and trying to solve these problems now. It's like, okay, if it has been hacked, can you please prove it's been hacked? Because a lot of people doubt it's actually been hacked, right? A lot of people right now doubt that anything's actually happened in reality, right? So give me a second. Right, so a lot of people see this and like, okay, it may not been hacked, we need to find out what's going on, because it might be complete BS, it might be complete market manipulation. Regardless, guys, it doesn't matter. We look at the charts, right? And that's the hardcore truth and fact, right? You know, one of the things you always need to understand, the ugly truth, is that markets will be manipulated by people you follow. Markets will be manipulated by people you follow, right? People are manipulating your emotions. SEC, whatever, Gareth Soloway, Crypto Banter, right? Meth Armstrong, you name it, whoever, right? I can name a few more. They're all there, right, to basically mess with your emotional. So of course they're manipulating you. If you're going to follow these big boys out there who have no idea, they just go on the fly, fake it till you make it, right? That's what happens. You understand? You're being manipulated by them. People have been talking about the ETF for so long now, right? And of course, many of you guys who have watched this channel know this. I've talked about this many times. I said, guys, I don't give a shit about the ETF. The ETF doesn't do anything for us, right? What's the ETF going to do? Absolutely nothing. Yes, it's going to bring more institutional grade money, but it's going to bring paper money, not the real money, right? The real money, give me a second, this thing is in my eye, right? So paper money is something I'm not interested in. Does that make sense? You know, the sun today is just unbelievable. It's cold outside, it's sunny as well inside, right? So the paper money really doesn't do any good for us, right? It doesn't, it's going to be a bigger manipulation in my opinion, at least, right? You know, talking about spot BTF, yes, they're going to be trading it and, you know, buying and selling. Hopefully they buy and sell it on spot, not OTC, because if they do OTC, everyone's fucked, right? So for me, I'm just like, do you know what? It doesn't matter. Let me see what happens in reality before we get too excited. So I'm not interested with any of that news, right? Because again, I'm looking at the charts. I'm saying the charts are doing exactly what they've predicted they would do. Exact levels, exact lines. Come on, guys. That's the hard truth, right? None of that news, nothing matters. That's what you need to understand. So that's how I'm looking at it. That's the hard, you know, the real ugly truth, right? You know, that a lot of people start following these guys and get wrecked because of what they tweet or what they say, you know, on their channels and this and that, and changes your emotion towards particular thing. I always say this, like, guys, pick your coins, stick to your coins, doesn't matter what happens. Even if it's coins like XRP, coins like Solana, coins like Cardano, coins like Polkadot, you name it, whatever, right? It doesn't matter how good or bad it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It's what you believe. Do you believe it will go up? Even if it's like, for example, coins like Shiba Inu or whatever, right? You want to pick up some, you want to sit on it. And I'm not shilling anything here, guys, right? I'm not even talking about my own cryptocurrency that I've launched recently, right? I'm not even talking about that. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'll probably leave a link below. You can go and check it out, but I'm not going to say anything else. But what I'm trying to say here is, guys, your emotions are being manipulated, not the market. Market is doing exactly what was predicted. We talked about the $48,000 level to be a significant level of resistance. And bang, we hit that resistance. Or in fact, just before that resistance, we exited. What are we doing right now? A small correction. Now, the good, right? So we talked about the bad, right? What's happened. We talked about the ugly. Let's talk about the good. I'm seeing today, right? And I'm going to go back to my list, right? I'm seeing the market today at $1.64 trillion. Before the dump, we were at $1.67 trillion. Does anyone realize what that number is? When you're looking at such a high number and you just take away 3 from there, it's nothing. It's insignificant. The market dump is insignificant. 1% dump is nothing. We've had 10, 20%, 30% dumps. That's a correction. This is not even a correction. This is just a blip, just a freaking blip, right? I see that and I'm just laughing. I'm like, whoa, okay. BTC is sitting at $45,000 and people are crying and moaning. Guys, we had a pump to 47, almost $48,000. What are you worried about, right? I don't see anything wrong with this market. I don't see anything wrong with this chart. I'm just seeing a small dip. That's it. Of course, when we look at the higher time frames, we've been talking about how it's been overbought for many weeks now, and it does want a correction. And I would love to see a nice little correction to clear up all that high level of resistance and bring it down back to the comfortable level so that we can continue the market. I would love to see that, right? But I'm not seeing that. What I'm seeing is markets at $45,000, still pumping. Ethereum's at $2,363. Brilliant. I'm not complaining, right? I'm seeing Solana still holding around 90, 94 today, right now, actually. Still holding. I'm like, market hasn't dumped, right? Yes, altcoins are bloody. Why? Because of what happened yesterday. People are panicking, right? People want to start taking their profits. People have come to the realization now, shit, we should have had our stop losses. Shit, we should have had our trailing stops. And now they're cashing out whatever they can. So they're kind of affecting the market. But in the bigger picture, the market just needs a reset. I would love to see a reset. Even 45, I'm not happy with 45. I would love to see it go and test the 40 again, right? You know, a double bottom, boom, move up again, right? That's what I would love to see. But we're not seeing that right now. I'm seeing a 45. I'm like, whoa, hold on. Market's still exactly where it needs to be. This is nothing. This is nothing. If we have a daily correction, 1-2 days, absolutely nothing. And remember, guys, we're in the middle of the freaking week. If this week went to 40 and it started going down a little bit more by Sunday, then I'll be worried. When I'm looking at this, I'm like, what? We pumped on a Monday, right? Or Tuesday, whatever it was. We pumped, right? I can't even remember what day it was. Today's Wednesday anyway. We pumped. And then we went all the way up to almost 48K. And then we came down. What? That's nothing. It's only one daily red candle. I ain't complaining. 2 daily red. I ain't complaining. We can have 4 or 5 daily red candles. I ain't complaining. Because on the weekly, we are still up. We hit the highest for the year. We hit an all-time local high for the entire year. Year-to-year date. We did a massive pump there. Brilliant. I ain't complaining. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at other coins and other everything, and I'm seeing how they've been dumping as well. Of course, there was a massive liquidation. Unfortunately, that's what the ugly, you know, the fact brings to the market when you're going to follow all of these social medias and everything, and you're not going to follow the charts, right? When you're following the charts, all you got to do is follow your fibs, right? I mean, I've been looking at the fibs, and fibs have been telling me what to do. Buy here, buy there, this and that. And of course, whenever I see these massive influencers, what I'm talking about is like SEC and all the other groups. They come and start talking about a coin. I know it's over, because whatever coins they talk about doesn't pump. People do the complete opposite. I don't know why. I don't know how. Sorry, you know, I haven't got anything against anybody, because there are some great crypto channels out there, right? There's a channel I talk about all the time. I say, guys, if you do want to follow a channel, I would recommend you go and follow what's this called, Coin Guru. He's really good, right? You know, now I think he's got a woman there as well, Jessica. Yeah, they're doing okay, right? And you know, in my opinion, he's not shilling anything, right? He's actually giving you data analysis, not entirely proper analysis, but he's giving you data, facts about the project. And I love that. I'm like, at least there's someone out there who's being unbiased. He's like, this is what it is. And he's always doing disclosures. Okay, I do own this or I don't own this, but at least he's giving you facts about the project or what's about to happen to the project. And I'm okay with that. I love that. I'm like, that's what we need. That's what we need. You know, let's just talk about the facts. Let's forget about the hypes and what's going on in this. None of that matters, right? So that's what it is, guys. But really, I just wanted to take a few minutes out and just kind of talk about this, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly of crypto, because end of the day, yes, it's bad what's happened, right? The ugly truth is there, right? Because that's what's happening. You're being manipulated with your emotions and everything. Depends on who you follow, of course. You know, there are people out there who will give you just facts and then you take it as you want. And there are people out there who will come out and actually influence how you think or influence the entire market, right? And SEC is one of those. They've become an influencer and people don't even realize this. They've unknowingly, right? Unknowingly have given them the power to manipulate them, right? You shouldn't have that, guys. You shouldn't have that. But that's that. Anyway, I'm just giving you my 2 cents, right? But yeah, other than that, I mean, there is a coin I picked, guys, and I'll tell you this. I recently bought some e-gold. And I'm looking at e-gold and I'm like, ooh, I'm down. E-gold, I'm down, I think about 20% now. So e-gold has bled a lot. So yeah, that was a bad buy. That was a bad buy. Say I'm really good. I ain't complaining about Say I've bumped, I've sold it at 83. I'm thinking about buying again. Dot, I'm still hodling, so let's see what that does. Sui, I'm seeing it come down a little bit. I'm quite happy. When I'm seeing all these bloody markets, right, some of these coins dumping 6, 7, 8%, right, people taking their profits out, I'm looking at them like, okay, I'm coming back to my buy zones. I'm definitely coming back to a buy zone. So I will be looking at those, see where it goes. BTC is dipping, hence why the market's dipping. Market just went to $1.62 trillion, and BTC is currently has $44,500. So market is still bleeding out. As I said, I would love to see it bounce at the 40 level. Worst case scenario, 37 level. I would definitely love to see that. And then continue, guys, because we don't need anything too big, because then we're going to start going into the negative kind of a momentum and everything. We don't want that. We want to keep the positive trend, yet still recover from a significant level. So 40K, bounce from there, boom, we are back to normal. We have profits, we have cash in our pockets, apart from the guys who lost during the liquidations and everything. We have cash in our pockets, and we're going to be deploying that, and then we're going to be following the market again on the uptrend, right? So that's the key here. You just got to stay calm, right? Know when to play. And in fact, if you watch my video, last 3 videos, I believe, I may have briefly mentioned the bits and bobs, and I may have mentioned to you guys that I was not in alts. I was sitting in USDT and USDC. And now you can see exactly why I was sitting in USDC. And it's got nothing to do with the 48K, guys, because I didn't talk about BTC. It was to do with the alts. It was like, right, okay, I know the alts are going to dump at some stage, right? But I do know we have a major resistance level coming, and are we going to test it? Yes, we are. When we do test it, can we break through? If we do, yes, things are bullish, and I'd rather catch something on an upward momentum rather than catching it when it goes down. So I don't need to DCA in right now. I'm just going to sit there and I'm going to wait for my bottom, wait for the Fibonacci to indicate where I should buy, and I'll buy from there. All right, and you'd see so many experts coming out with Elliott waves, the Wyckoff theory and XYZ. What you'll see, they're all coming out, and I'm just telling you, forget all of those. Fibonacci just does the job, right? A simple Fibonacci tool will tell you exactly where to buy, the golden zone you buy and you sell, full stop, right? And as long as you can follow that, you can trade that same coin over and over again, and you'll be fine. Again, no expert advice here, no financial advice here. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not shilling my own cryptocurrency project. I'm just leaving a link in the description. You do what you want to do. Obviously do your own research. It's a fresh, brand new coin, and I've still got a lot more verifications and what not to do. So I've got to verify on the blockchain, I've got to do the website and XYZ before we start the marketing. So it's still early stages, but it is available on Uniswap and XYZ, whatever, if somebody wants to go and buy. And of course, if somebody's buying, this is not you're not paying me. I'm not taking anything. You're just putting funds into the liquidity pool, and the liquidity pool grows from there. So that's what it is. It's just a liquidity event, nothing more. There is no personal gains, and there is no, even the foundation itself doesn't gain anything. So yeah, just an open source project, and hopefully we can grow a big community out of that. But yeah, other than that, guys, I hope this video was informative. I'm going to catch you guys on another one. Apologies about the lighting and the I don't know why the sun's out like this. It's so crazy today, right? But it is what it is. So I'll catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.